like this hotel because it's got a short jetty and snorkeling apparently amazing. Short jetty into the Red Sea, but it backfired a little bit. I did know that there was a chance of wind, and my worst fears have been realised. It's been windy most days in the morning. Red flag has been up. So I have got in a couple of times down here for snorkeling. It is amazing, just a sheer drop off 100 metres deep. But the kids have not been able to go in. It's not safe. But we've done loads of snorkeling. We've been to another beach, so it's not the end of the world. Just one of those things. Despite the chop, for the clarity of the water here, incredible. Beachfront. It's low tide at the moment. When the tide's in, you can snorkel here. The kids have enjoyed feeding the fish. Naughty. Short jetty. Picked a spot on the map just behind the land, like as the bay came in, and just said to the taxi driver, can we drop us there? And we've lucked out. We've managed to find our own private snorkeling beach. Beautiful coral here. Perfect pristine drop off right there. Just amazing, stunning. And in the rocks here you can see where this used to be the coral. And there's fossils everywhere. Fossils in the floor, fossils in the wall. This used to be the coral reef, and now it's obviously moved out because of the sea level change. Sometimes you have to just go off script to make things work. We found a great place. So one very nice option if you're teaching young kids to snorkel is to get a full face mask. With a standard snorkeling mask and snorkel, it is a bit of a nightmare. It's not very comfortable. Water goes in the snorkel, the hair gets tangled in the strap, but a full face mask, you kind of negate a lot of these problems. So it's a very good option if you're considering a bit of snorkeling for youngsters. As you can see in this clip, Finn is in his element. He's in the water, he's swimming himself. We're doing the groundwork which is needed to get him out in the deeper water. We're planning some boat trips where he's going to be swimming in 20, 30, 40 metres of water. So building up his confidence, getting him comfortable, getting him kind of in the water, looking at things, getting him interested. And this is what greets your eyes when you swim 15, 20 metres out from Ras Nasrani Beach. The coral drops away to a beautiful sandy bottom. Thousands of species of fish, the colourful corals. There were a couple of dive boats making the most of the calm conditions there, anchored up, and they were clearly doing some kind of try dives with people. Just amazing. While I'm filming here, Finn is actually clinging onto my shoulder, looking over my shoulder, swimming on my back, taking in the view, just absolutely mind blown by what you can see. You know, watching the scuba divers, having the best time, just amazing. So just here I spotted a bit of an opening going down into the coral reef. I could see it was kind of wide enough to turn around, so I kind of readied myself and decided to go down. You can just see me equalising my ears here, probably 3 or 4 metres down into this chamber, and discovered that it was actually quite a significant cave, going right inside the reef, going back probably further than I would like to go in. I came back out, gave Ellie the all clear, and she decided to go in and have a look herself, which is the second clip coming up. So Ellie filmed me going in and back, and then we swapped around, and I said, well, I'd do a quick video of her going in. I told her it was fine, she could get in there and turn around. She is becoming quite a good little free diver. You can see here she's just floating, delicately breathing, readying herself, and then when she's ready, down she goes into the cave. I did follow her in just to keep an eye on it, so I'm doing my little duck dive here. Didn't want her to freak out. It was pretty big cave in there. She lost her nerve and came out here. I decided to stay in and just have a little look around just to show you guys how big it was and the different kind of pathways and things. We have arrived at the marina. There's a lot of dive boats. This is the reality of the Red Sea these days. Crazy amount of boats. Smoke. Pollution. Our boat is called Halaip. Is this Halaip? One of many. Here we are, Sharm El Sheik boat harbour. The hustle and bustle. It's a beautiful day though, the wind has dropped down. And we're heading out into the blue on Halaip. So our first boat trip day was incredibly eventful. When we left the harbour, we started steaming off towards Ras Mohammed Peninsula. The boat seemed to be going fine, then suddenly we throttled down and the boat kind of like almost went into limp mode. There was a kind of bit of smoke. The crew looked a little bit concerned. We did like a bit of a loop in towards Ras Mohammed, back the way we came. I thought we were returning to harbour. Because it was so lumpy, people started to feel ill, people were vomiting over the side. One lady wanted to go back and all the Russians on board started having a huge argument, which I couldn't understand, but I was kind of sat there eating my popcorn. Well, eventually we managed to get into a sheltered bay, and Kate and I, as the only actual divers on board, got kitted up and we went in for a fantastic dive down to about 26 down the side of a really nice reef, which you can see here. Really cool rock formations. There was a kind of gully and a bit of a cave and all the beautiful corals and stuff, so that was really, really nice. While we were down there, the boat went off to like a golden sand beach with some corals, and the kids jumped in with the instructors and they went ashore, went and played in the sand, did some snorkeling. Here they are just returning to the boat now. Finn clutching the rubber ring with the one of the Russian ladies. It was really funny. We then headed up towards Sharks Bay to a really nice little sheltered bit with coral and sand. The kids jumped in and started doing loads of free diving, kind of using the anchor rope and stuff to pull themselves down, which was really fun. Lots of people were doing tri-dives that day, so the girls I think were number 10 and 12 or something, so they both managed to get in for quite a nice decent little tri-dive down to about 10 meters. Always takes a while to get your fitness back when you've not been doing much free diving, and I spent a fair bit of the holiday getting my breath holds and my kind of depth pumped up. I felt great by the end of the holiday, doing longer and deeper dives. Really enjoyed it. This is Lauren doing her first try dive. Absolutely loving it, no fear. Taking to it like a fish to water. Both of them came out of the water begging to do their PADI courses so they can go for longer and deeper. They absolutely love it, these girls. So we'll get that sorted in the new year. We'll hopefully get them qualified as soon as possible. Good morning. We are going boat diving again today. That's a fishing boat. I imagine the Red Sea used to have a significant fishing fleet, now obsolete. Now it's all about the dive boats. We're off to Tirran Island today. Say hi, babe. And fingers crossed, gonna get 3 dives, see some sharks. It's gonna be epic. It's more like it, baby. Quick tour of the boat. This is the bow where you can stand up and do your Titanic or Moana. What's in there, Finn? Toilet. That's where I'm going to be having my daily diarrhea. This is the dive deck, where everybody jostles for their position. Don't know why they're all panicking now to get sorted out. It only takes a minute to rig up a BCD. Maybe they're doing some training. Up here is the chill zone. It's pretty nice, to be fair. And at the front, this is where the captain sits. And that's where you chill out. This is the saloon. Coming in to our first dive site. There's the wreck on the reef. Apparently transporting bitumen, which is now scattered on the seabed up here. So the wreck that you could see on the reef was transporting pitch. This really thick, sticky material. The barrels are now scattered all on the kind of leeward side. I counted 50 at one place, but they're quite well disguised and quite heavily eroded. Really horrible stuff to touch. I would advise not touching the stuff. So this clip shows the extent of the barrels lying on the seabed on the leeward side of Gordon's Reef. You can see 10, 20 in this clip alone, but it doesn't seem to have stopped the corals from populating the outer casing of the barrels. They've been down there for, I think, 40 odd years on Gordon's Reef. The government have never attempted to clear them up, get down there and remove them, so they've now become part of the seabed. Believe it or not, all the way down there is our little Ellie, just on the edge of the drop-off. Don't know how deep she is, but seems to be having an awesome time looking at the different fish and trying to chat away with the dive master. Finn just grew in so much confidence on this trip, getting out into the really deep water to watch his sisters scuba diving. He absolutely loved watching them do their thing, learning the different hand signals and stuff. What a legend he is. So we have finished diving for the day. We did 3 today as promised on this lovely boat. The boat's called Eleonora, which is Ellie's name. Good luck for her, because she got to do a really long, quite deep dive. How deep did you go? 8.6 meters. Just over here is Sharks Bay, and we are heading back into port. It's been an awesome day. Much more successful. My name is Captain Finn.
Captain Sparrow.
Finn Sparrow. Where are we going to, Captain?
Port.
Straight. Gonna crash into the coral reef. What are we doing?
I put money in the tip. I'm taking
Tip box.
I'm taking it out.
Gonna put it in. Been a good day today. Nice boat. Nice dives.
£200.
£200. Man, that's a lot.
Egyptian though.
No, Egyptian pounds.
So
So just in front of the hotel, there's some really nice shallow snorkeling, and as we were poodling around, I found this little guy. Looks like a baby moray eel slithering around. The kids were thrilled to see one that close to shore. Enjoyed following it, and it was fairly friendly. So we headed to Shark's Bay so that the kids could do another tri-dive each, just as the sun was setting. This is Ellie doing her thing, and we saw a huge moray eel which comes up to the platform around sunset to kind of sit and let the cleaner fish pick all the parasites off its body. Here it is now. And once the sun had set, now was time for the highlight of the trip for me, to get into the water at night and do a night dive in Shark's Bay. We saw some really cool stuff that doesn't really come out in the daytime. There was squid, vampire squid zipping around killing the fish, corals with their fronds out that you don't see in the daytime because they're too scared to put them out, and the whole thing was beautifully spooky and just fantastic. The visibility and the light quality is so good in the Red Sea that even at night when you turn off your torch, your eyes quickly adjust and you can see everything in this beautiful kind of pale, dark green, blue light. It was just, yeah, just amazing, just so relaxing to be down there. Occasionally, you know, you feel a bit paranoid and you spin around to see what's following you behind you, but nothing there. Look at that, looking down into the deep. And we didn't see any sharks on this dive, but there was plenty of other stuff to see, and we had a really, really cool time thanks to the guys at Shark's Bay. So I'll leave you guys with a couple of my favourite visuals, beautiful coral and vistas with stunning amounts of fish. Get out to the Red Sea, the prices are still super cheap, and they're so welcome out there, so dive the Red Sea.